Hi my angels, and welcome back to my channel. I am currently in Paris and I've got quite a bit of time to get ready, so I thought, why not film a get ready with me. I don't really know what kind of makeup look I'm gonna go for, but I'm wearing a black dress. But I thought we could hang out and get ready together and just glam up. Just as a warning, the lighting might be like in and out because I am filming in a bathroom. So really sorry if the lighting kind of gets darker and brighter because like the sun keeps coming in and out. But if you would like to get ready with me, then please keep watching.
So I'm starting off with using this Laura Mercier Flawless Skin Moisturizer. It smells like rose and it's really beautiful. It's quite a thick moisturizer and I love thick moisturizer, so I'm getting that all over my face and then putting some of my Laneige lip sleeping mask on to my lips. I'm still currently loving this. It's such a beautiful lip balm. It's so good. I got mine from Amazon, but I'm sure you can get it from other places. Then I'm taking the Fast Sally Skin Tune and popping this on to the kind of main points of my face. Very Instagrammy, I know. But then I am just basically like blending that all into the skin, and I love using this as kind of like a moisturizing primer, blurring kind of serum-y step. I just love the way that my skin looks. I love actually putting this on when I'm not wearing any makeup as well because it just smooths all my skin out. Then I'm just tying my hair back very quickly, and then for my actual primer I'm using the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray. I love using this because I feel like my foundation just like sticks onto my face and is super long lasting. For foundation, I'm using the Laura Mercier Flawless Lumiere Radiance Foundation. I'm getting this onto my face. I can't remember the exact shade name, but I will leave that in the info box below. And basically I'm just blending all of this out on my face using my damp beauty blender. And I have tried to color correct some of the clips in here because the sun was going in and out and it was messing with the coloring so much. But here I'm using the Laura Mercier concealer as well. I love this concealer. It just does not crease and it just sits so beautifully on the skin. So I'm just getting this onto the usual areas of my face and then also on the sides of my nose just to make that like look a little bit thinner and slimmer. And once I'm happy with the placement of that, I did actually go ahead and put a bit of the L'Oreal Infallible More Than concealer on top. This is honestly a Shape Tape dupe. It is such a good concealer. So once I've got that on to the areas as well, I'm just blending everything out with my damp beauty blender, making sure I'm happy with like the coverage of everything and the ways that everything is looking as well. And once I was done with this, I was going to just go straight in with like powders and stuff. But then I was like, do you know what? Let's do a bit of cream contouring. So I'm taking a darker shade of the Laura Mercier concealer and I'm just going ahead and contouring and blending everything out as well. You totally don't have to work in steps like how I did because this concealer has a lot of like playtime. So you can actually draw all the lines on your face and then blend everything out all together. But I hadn't used it for a long time, so I thought, let's just do it this way instead. Then I'm taking the Laura Mercier setting powder and popping that onto all the areas that I concealed and highlighted and brightened my face. And just to add a little bit more of a highlight, I did go in with the brightening powder as well. So I'm just taking a little bit of that and putting that onto those places as well before going in with bronzer. I'm still using the L'Oreal Back to Bronze. Honestly, it is just such an incredible drugstore bronzer. It is such a creamy bronzer. It just looks so beautiful and I just love it. So I'm just getting this onto all the areas that I contoured and I'm just making sure everything is nice and blended and that I'm looking nice and bronzed. And then to actually further deepen up the contour, I'm taking my Kevyn contour powder and I'm just popping that onto the kind of really back points of my contour on my cheeks, kind of near my ears. And then I'm also slightly pinching my nose with it as well. And I'm just using the NARS Eater brush here, which makes it very, very easy to do. And then just going over with my damp beauty blender again. There's no product on my beauty blender, but I'm just kind of making sure everything's nice and blended. And then to lock the foundation in place, I'm putting a little bit more of the All Nighter Setting Spray and also a little bit of the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. And this is just to make sure that there's no excess powder or my skin's not looking too powdery. For blush, I'm taking Chai Blush from Laura Mercier. And I'm popping this onto my cheeks, onto my apples, and this just is going to add a little bit of flush of color. This is probably one of my favorite blushes like ever. I have like a handful of blushes that I always seem to wear, and this is definitely one of them. Then for highlight, I'm going in with this shade here from the NARS Cheek Palette. which is such a beautiful highlight. It's got little specks of like glitter in there, which is why I love wearing it for like nighttime and like real glam looks. But I'm putting this onto my cheeks and a little bit on the bridge of my nose, but I did go on top with my champagne pop, and this is just to make it just pop a little bit more and just to look a little bit more glowy, because we know everyone loves a bit of glow. So once I'm happy with that, I'm just spraying a little bit more of the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist onto those areas. And now we're going to move on to eyeshadow. I'm using a mixture of these colors and I'm popping this into my crease. I'm slowly building up the color and making sure it's super diffused out and it's super blended out, and I'm just really working that in. I like to take my time when blending my transition shade because this makes the whole look really like put together, if you know what I mean. So here you can see me doing the other eye, and once I'm happy with the way that both of them are looking, we are going to go and move on to that electric blue. So I'm taking this blue shade right here. It's almost like a violet-y blue. It's a very, very unique kind of tone, and I'm just packing this onto the rest of my eyelid. I'm again working in small sections and making sure that I'm getting like the least amount of fallout as possible. Luckily this eyeshadow doesn't have too much fallout, and yeah, I'm just packing this color on until I'm happy with the level of blueness going on. And I loved actually wearing a pop of blue. Although I was wearing like a fully black outfit, I just love adding this pop of color. I think I'm going to do this more when I'm wearing like plain colored outfits, but now I'm taking these shades right here and I'm just deepening up that crease and making sure it's looking nice and intense. And then I do go over with that same electric violet-y blue color just to make sure that none of that is taken away from all the blending in the crease. So I'm just making sure all the colors are nice and popping until I'm happy with that, and then I basically do the other eye off camera. But here you can just see me putting my lashes on. These lashes are the Primark lashes in the gold packaging, the Sosu ones, and they're in the style Paris. I just had to do it because I was like, I'm in Paris, I might as well wear Paris lashes. Also my brows are already filled in as well. And here I'm just putting the Benefit Brow Setting Gel, which is honestly super glue for your brows. Like your brow hairs just will not budge. Once I'm done with that, I'm taking a little bit more of Champagne Pop and I'm putting that onto my brow bone. And this is just going to add a little bit of a highlight. I'm not going too crazy with this, but just enough. And then taking this really super like frosty shade and putting that into my inner corners of my eyes. I feel like I never really do this, but when I do it, I'm like, ugh, I always miss it. Like I feel like I should definitely do this more, but I'm just making sure this is nice and blended out before moving on to the lower lash line. So I'm taking a mixture of shades that I used in the crease and I'm basically just blending all of that out into my lower lash line and making sure it's really diffused out and really smoked out. And this is just going to add to like the smokiness. I didn't want to go too dark on my under eyes because I've got such a beautiful blue on the eyelid, which is why I kept it quite like neutrally. And I am making sure I'm like blending that up into the crease on the like outer portions of my eyes. But I love just how smoky and just like how this whole eye look turned out. Moving on to mascara, I'm taking my False Lash Sculpt Mascara and I am popping this onto my lower lashes. I'm getting a good layer of this on because I love me some good lower lash mascara. I feel like it just ties the whole look together. And yeah, this you can see my eyes are almost done. I'm taking this YSL Kohl eyeliner. It's in like jet black. It's super creamy black shade. And I'm putting this on my upper waterline. So I'm just tightlining and making sure that the whole band of my lashes and that whole area looks really nice and complete. And then we're going to move on to lips. This is a Laura Mercier lipstick and it's in the shade Vibe. I'm not going to lie to you guys, the reason why I chose this lipstick is purely because of the name. But I love the way that this shade turned out. It's almost like a brownie pink. It is really beautiful. And I love just how like it sits on the skin. It's not too dry, but it's really nice and matte. And then I am taking a little bit of Spice lip liner from MAC and I'm just outlining on my lips. I actually love doing this after putting my lipstick on because it just means that I can be a little bit messy with my lipstick and this just kind of erases it and kind of just makes everything look really neat in the end. So once I'm done with that, I am just fixing up my crease and make sure everything's nice and blended and diffused. And one last final step of just adding a little bit more of the All Nighter setting spray onto my face. For my hair, I literally just straightened the whole like mop head that I had going on. I just love doing straight hair. I think like it's super sleek and it just looks really nice, especially when I find, like when you're wearing like just a plain black outfit. And then I'm putting some earrings on. These earrings are from ASOS. I love just how sparkly and glam they are. I got these quite a while ago. Hopefully they're still in stock. If they are, I will link them below. And then for perfume, I used Dior Joy, and I'm getting this onto the usual areas, so kind of like near my neck, on my wrists, and also like behind my elbow, like my inner elbow. These are like really good points to put perfume on, because it helps it stay for longer. And that, you guys, is the end of this get ready with me. I know a lot of you guys on my Twitter, oh, by the way, this is my dress that I wore. It's from Missguided, quite old, but I love it. But I know a lot of you guys on my Instagram were waiting for this tutorial, and you hoped that I filmed it, and I definitely did. And yeah, I just love filming get ready with me, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. Something a little bit different with a pop of color. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I guess I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.